You know, guys, it wasn't that long ago where Elon Musk was running around Washington, D.C., trying to burn down our government from the inside out. And Donald Trump just kind of stood by and let him. And because these two gigantic egos were kind of competing for the same limelight, we all knew that this would eventually blow up. And that's kind of exactly what happened. Donald Trump kicks Elon out of the administration while Donald Trump and the Republicans try to move forward with the big disastrous bill. And things just kind of escalated from there. Elon attacked the bill for being an absolute disaster for our debt and our deficit. Donald Trump swings back and says that, maybe we'll reevaluate whether or not your company should be receiving any of these subsidies. And then Elon Musk drops the mother of all bombs and kind of accuses Donald Trump of engaging in illicit activity with Jeffrey Epstein. So then Donald Trump is real pissed. He comes out and says, well, maybe we'll just start opening investigations against you and your companies. And things kind of petered out from there. Elon kind of retracted some of his statements, kind of tucked his tail between his legs and went running away. But over the past week or so, things are starting to heat right back up. As most of you guys know, the big despicable bill is one step closer to getting signed into law. And Elon Musk is again speaking out against the bill. Here he is saying that he's going to primary anybody who votes for this bill. If you guys do appreciate my work, please do remember to subscribe.
Now, he made essentially two really big kind of threats and promises over the last 12 hours or so. The first, as you know, he said he will back any primary challenger in Congress who has talked about reducing government spending, but then voted for this big, beautiful bill, saying it will be the last thing he will do on earth. Look at this poster that he said will feature the face of any member of Congress who does this. It shows Pinocchio in flames and saying this is what people will see as they go to vote. And he's already declared the first candidate that he will be backing up. That will be, of course, Representative Massey. Massey was one of the Republicans, of course, to vote against the House version of this bill last month. And he has been President Trump's #1 target so far for Republican primaries.
Yeah, so Elon Musk he's pissed. And he's even threatening to primary anybody who votes for the big despicable bill. And, I don't know if his threats really carry any more weight. This is something that Republicans were super scared about in the first couple weeks or couple months of the Trump administration, but I don't even know if they're taking Elon seriously anymore. But he is not wrong to say that this bill is going to add a ton of money to our debt and our deficit. We're looking at between $2 and $3 trillion deficits, and then I think we're adding something like $5 trillion to the national debt. And the whole idea behind DOGE was that they were going to come in and they were going to make government more efficient. They were going to cut all this money, $2 trillion. And so it's kind of exactly contrary to the idea of what DOGE was supposed to be. So it kind of makes sense that Elon is pissed off if he's really concerned about the debt and the deficit. I tend to believe that he's more pissed about maybe his EV subsidies and other things that he gets subsidized for are going away. I think that's probably more in line with why he's pissed. But nonetheless, he's coming out and making it known that I'm going to primary every single one of you guys who votes against this bill. We'll just have to see if that's what he is actually going to do. He then came out again and said that he was going to start a new political party so we could get away from this uniparty in Washington, D.C.
And then he did promise this. He said that he will create a new political party called the America Party. Remember, his political action committee is called the American PAC. He says if this insane spending bill passes, the America Party will be formed the next day. Our country needs an alternative to the Democrat-Republican uniparty so that the people actually have a voice. This is a significant change to Musk's plan. Remember, he spent more than $275 million to back President Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It is so ironic that Elon Musk is now rallying so hard against this big disastrous bill when he is the one who put Donald Trump in office. He spent, nearly $300 million? I think it was $277 million to help get Donald Trump elected. Things started out good, right? He was able to come into the government. He was able to wield his chainsaw of bureaucracy. Everything was going great. But then it all came tumbling down. I mean, it is just an absolute disaster. This administration is incompetent. Elon Musk is rightfully calling out that this bill is going to be a disaster for this country. But again, I don't think this has anything to do with the good of the country. These are just a whole bunch of self-involved individuals who are trying to benefit themselves. So, of course, Donald Trump is super pissed off about all of this. He desperately wants this big despicable bill to pass. This is all of his agenda items kind of rolled in to a monstrosity of a bill, and it might be the only piece of legislation that he gets passed during his administration. So he's going after Elon now. Here he is threatening Elon in one of his late night screeds.
Trump, as you can imagine, responded overnight on social media, writing in part, Elon may get more subsidy than any human being in history by far, and without subsidies, Elon would probably have to close up shop and head back home to South Africa. No more rocket launches, satellites, or electric car production, and our country would save a fortune. Perhaps we should have Doge take a good, hard look at this. Big money to be saved.
So not only is he suggesting that we're going to take a look at all of Elon Musk's subsidies, but maybe we'll have to reconsider whether or not Elon Musk can remain in the country. I mean, just think about how wild this is. Now, I agree with Trump, and I think a ton of people in America agree that we should probably reevaluate just how much power somebody like Elon Musk has. And that comes with all of these subsidies that he has handed by our government. Now, I'm not saying that all of these subsidies are bad. There could be a multiplier on some of these subsidies, but it is quite insane that one person has so much power as a single individual in the United States government. That is absolutely insane. So I can get behind the idea of reevaluating all of these different subsidies. And like I said, I think this is probably why Elon Musk is pissed off. He's probably pissed off that some of these subsidies might be going away. If it weren't for government subsidies last quarter, Tesla, the company, would not have been a profitable company. So the stakes are pretty high for Elon. And then Donald Trump came out the next day and started threatening Elon with maybe losing even more.
What happened to Elon Musk? Who? What happened to Elon Musk? Nothing. He's upset he's losing his EV mandate, and he's very upset about things, but he could lose a lot more than that. I can tell you right now. Hey, Elon can lose a lot more than that.
So what do you think he means by that? Elon Musk he could lose a lot more than that. What is Donald Trump exactly threatening here? Is he going to threaten to go after Elon in a criminal capacity? Is he going to be looking into Elon's companies, Elon's personal business? Like, what is the threat here? We all know that Donald Trump is a vindictive asshole, and he's real pissed off at Elon, so I would not put it past him to sic the DOJ against Elon Musk or his companies. Pretty ominous stuff here. Pretty ominous stuff. And if I were Elon Musk, yeah, I don't really know how I would play this situation, because we've already seen how Donald Trump has a tendency to go after his enemies. He's not afraid to use the power of his office to prosecute or go after his perceived enemies. It's all quite insane. He goes on in this same little presser to opine about maybe deporting Elon.
I don't know. I think we'll have to take a look. We might have to put Doge on Elon. You know what Doge is? Doge is the monster that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible? He gets a lot of subsidies, Peter. But Elon's very upset that the EV mandate is going to be terminated. And you know what? When you look at it, not everybody wants an electric car. I don't want an electric car. I want to have maybe gasoline, maybe electric, maybe a hybrid. Maybe someday a hydrogen. If you have a hydrogen car, it has one problem: it blows up. So I'm going to give that one to Peter.
So maybe we'll use Doge, turn it around on Elon. Maybe Doge will be the thing that eats Elon. After he was asked a question about whether or not he wants to deport Elon. Now, I think Elon Musk is a plague to our society. I have no I would not mind if he left our country. I don't think that this is the way that our government should be acting. And I do think it's absolutely hilarious that we now have these two huge egos fighting one another just because egos like this cannot coexist. And it's really quite fascinating to watch. And I think really AOC is the person who put it best here.
What's going on with Elon Musk and President Trump on Twitter right now?
Oh man, the girls are fighting, aren't they? I would say that this was something that was a long time coming.
The girls are fighting, aren't they? That's exactly right. Now, when it comes to the big disastrous bill, it is a monstrosity, guys. Elon Musk has every right to be pissed off, not only because it is adding to the debt and the deficit, but they are literally trying to invigorate the coal industry while stripping away subsidies and incentives for green energy projects. And it doesn't even stop there. They're applying new taxes on these green energy economies or green energy projects. I am not using the right word here, but they're applying new taxes to that industry. So not only are they trying to reinvigorate technologies of the past that are not good for pollution and the environment and all that good stuff, but now they are trying to penalize green energy, all because they're trying to battle this goblin called woke. It is an absolute horrendous bill. It is going to be devastating for this country. And the crazy part about the whole thing is a lot of this green energy, a lot of the solar panels or the wind turbines, a lot of this stuff, the manufacturing, this goes on in red districts. That's why there's been so many Republicans in Congress who have been trying to fight back against that stuff getting stripped away. Donald Trump is wrong to say that there is an EV mandate, but to think that we don't want to be heading in this direction and now you're going to penalize this industry is just absurd. You're putting us at a strategic disadvantage against other countries in the world. China is going to leapfrog right ahead of us on all of this, all because Donald Trump has this grandiose idea that we need to return to the past. So I am all here for it, guys. I think that with Elon Musk and Donald Trump fighting one another, I think this is what we should encourage. This is what we should egg on. This is what we should continue into perpetuity, because when these assholes are fighting with one another, I think it is better for America. When there is dysfunction in the Republican Party, when there is dysfunction in the White House, that means Donald Trump is not focusing his attention on all of the crazy shit that he is trying to do. So like I said, I'm all here for it. The girls can fight all day, all night, all month, all year, as far as I'm concerned, because what they are trying to do with this big disastrous bill, like I said 1,000 times, is going to be devastating for our country. So I will leave it there for now, guys. If you guys got anything out of this video, please do remember to smash that like button and subscribe. Maybe share with a friend or two. I'd very much appreciate that. We are trying to build something here on the left that adequately pushes back against the right-wing media ecosystem that just launders all of this bullshit for Donald Trump day in and day out. So if you do like what I do here, please do remember to smash that subscribe button. Of course, that is free. And if you guys want to see how the Supreme Court has opened the floodgates to Donald Trump's lawlessness and pretty much given him a free pass, go ahead and watch that video on the screen now. It is chilling. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on the next one.